Yeah, I know, it's weird, isn't it? I feel like now I feel how those guys on PTI feel like every time now. Okay, so moving on to our next topic. And give me a second here as I get that ready up. I'm just looking here. Boom, boom, and then I'm gonna disable you, and then boom. That should be it. Yes. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Well, let's see. Timer starts now. Okay, so BlizzCon happened this past weekend. There was a bunch of announcements, and a lot of it was pretty surprising. So I'll just go down the list of what was announced, and then we'll get right into it. StarCraft 2 is free. It's free to play. You get, I'll get into it in a minute. So that was the first thing I want to put in there. There was 2 new characters that were added to Heroes of the Storm, alongside a bunch of other changes regarding the system of the game and how it works, and other added stuff they put into the game. The other thing they announced was the new expansion for World of Warcraft, which is called Battle for Azeroth, which then they led into we're also going to be bringing back the vanilla classic WoW servers of World of Warcraft, because for a long time, and I've talked about this on Twitter on Greg for a little bit, but basically I think they realized the fact that there were so many people just hacking a private server just to play original WoW, to the point where it's like, you know what, we'll just make it and you guys can pay for it or whatnot. They then announced the new Hearthstone expansion, which is called Kobold and Catacombs. And then they got a bunch of other announcements, but we'll hold that off until Greg's time on the Overwatch Minute. But
yep, no Overwatch news until my turn.
But yeah, just kind of starting with StarCraft 2 free to play. So going off of their website, off of StarCraft2.com, you get to play the entire campaign of the first game, the first StarCraft 2, Wings of Liberty. You get the versus mode and the co-op missions as well, which is really freaking cool. You get to be commanders up to level 5. And I believe, and if you have Wings of Liberty, you get Heart of the Swarm for free. Which is super cool. It's kind of insane the fact that they're kind of doing this, honestly. But they are doing it, and I think in an effort to expand their fan base to StarCraft, I guess, maybe.
Well, you're talking about StarCraft.
Yeah, StarCraft.
Thought you're still on the vanilla server, so I was like, we did discuss that a little bit too much, and I was gonna make a point that I.
Right. No, this is about StarCraft 2. But yeah, no, it's cool that they're doing it, and I think it's I think at some point, I guess everything's gonna be free to play at this rate. WoW is free to play.
Well, I mean, they've discovered that loot boxes, loot crates, whatever the hell you want to call it, are a fantastic way to make money without having to charge for a full game. So
yeah. I love the trailer they put out for the
I guess I should say microtransactions. My bad.
I loved the trailer they put out for the 2 new characters in Heroes of the Storm, which is Hanzo and what's her name? Hang on. Alexstrasza. There we go. That was really cool. That was really awesome.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, it's super cool. They had a cool trailer of them fighting each other. I didn't realize.
Who's the other character?
Alexstrasza.
From
WoW.
Okay, I'll tell you. I don't know who that is.
It's the Dragon Lady.
The Dragon Lady. Did they just show it in the trailer for like a second?
They had an entire fight sequence. It was really cool.
Well, I mean, did they show her in what you were showing?
Yes.
Okay.
But yeah, they announced the 2 new characters along with a bunch of other stuff that like they're doing. Like they're upping some of the graphics in the actual in-game. They're given a different viewpoint for the camera so that viewers who are watching online have a better perspective than the general one they're given. They're working on the matchmaking to make it better. They're really working into this game, which I thought for a while that when it came to Heroes of the Storm, like I thought like, at some point like they were like it's like the least supported game out of the group of games that they've been doing, and now they're still in there. They're still giving in updates and they're still putting in some stuff.
Well, I'd hope so. I mean, Heroes of the Storm is actually immensely popular. Of course, it's nowhere near, other MOBAs, but it's still really popular for Sorry, I'm watching the trailer thing.
Yeah, it's super cool, isn't
it? I was like, how's a shot at her? She turned into a stick. This is cool. Yeah. Anyway, Heroes of the Storm is still immensely popular. Like, people genuinely love that game. You know, again, not as much as other, I think, Blizzard properties, but Heroes of the Storm is definitely that fun, cool thing that if you like MOBAs and you really enjoy Blizzard's IPs, then it's a fantastic way to enjoy all of that together. The fact that they're really like doubling down on adding Overwatch characters to it is cracking me up.
It's it's hilarious.
I think at this rate, you're gonna have all 26 heroes in Heroes of the Storm.
Yeah, I know, right?
But yeah, like I'm 100% down with like mashing together IPs and stuff. Like, I love that idea.
Yeah, it's basically Heroes of the Storm is the Super Smash Brothers of Blizzard games, pretty
much. I've called it that many times before.
So moving on to everything's down. So a little information about the new expansion for World of Warcraft. This is a tech version of what they put in there. Plunder uncharted islands. Set sail for the previously unmapped Isles of Azeroth. Battle in groups of 3 as you race against cunning rival intruders or enemy players to collect island resources. Consistently evolving challenges await you as you traverse frozen landscapes near Northrend. Open the gates of the abandoned Gillian Castle. Navigate a war between elementals and more. Storm the war fronts. Head to the front lines and take part in a large-scale 20-player cooperative war front to claim a key strategic location. Build up your faction forces, lead the charge as your troops lay siege to the objective, and battle the enemy commanders as they make their last stand in the new PvE mode inspired by classic Warcraft RTS battles. Infuse armor with titanic might. Take control of the Heart of the Azeroth, a legendary neck piece entrusted to you by the Magi Bronzebeard, imbued with its, I cannot pronounce this, an inevitable resource that it's emerged in the Legion's way to customize your armor and new powers and traits. They showed off in the trailer, like, basically they're going back to the Alliance versus Horde stuff. They have 2 islands now that people can explore, the 2 new locations in the game, and from the sounds of it, they're building each other's forces and you get to fight each other in a massive battle on WoW, which is actually pretty cool.
Yeah, I remember when WoW was like a big thing and I was working at Walmart, and the guys that I used to talk to, it was always like, you play WoW, Horde, or Alliance, and if one or the other, like, depended on the next line of dialogue that I think they had in their dialogue trees. These are real humans I'm talking about.
Yes. Of course.
No, but I do think it's rad that people are going to get to experience this again if that's something they're really into. I just always warn about, like, don't let nostalgia take hold too much, because what you remember about it might not be how you feel about it today. Sure.
Speaking of nostalgia, since you're on the topic, there was one other big thing that was announced by Blizzard, aside from the new Hearthstone expansion, which is more Hearthstone for those who like it, and it's new cards and a new adventure. And they're adding a new mode to the Tavern Brawl next week, so basically roguelike. Anyways, it's out there. You can check it out. But we're gonna use the rest of this time to talk about the fact that Blizzard announced World of Warcraft Classic, which is basically people have been again, as I said before, were hacking into a server so they can play vanilla WoW for the longest time. And I think at some point Blizzard was like, all right, you know what, screw it, we're just gonna make this a thing now, a separate server, a separate mode for people who want to play that. And people lost their goddamn minds when it came to that. And yeah, it was really cool. Like, you saw a trailer kind of looping here on the stream, but like, it was just basically, because at first I thought, like, wait, are they retconning everything? Like, what is going on? But then it was like, oh, okay, it's a separate server for a separate thing. So for those ones who relive those memories.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I spoil it for you? I thought you were talking about that.
You could say you can use that, like, for both, honestly. for both
Oh,
the expansion.
got you. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah.
at the end of the day, Blizzard
I-
loves money. They also love the fact that like they are also
They're a company.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like it was funny too because when they went out there and talked about it, it's like, all right, we hear you. We're going to put this in. We're going to make this a real thing now. Stop hacking our stuff. We're going to make it so you don't have to.
I don't think they. Here's the thing. I don't think that they gave two shits about people hacking their stuff.
I think so
What I
too,
think
yeah.
what I think it comes down to is like all these people that were playing World of Warcraft vanilla weren't paying the monthly amount to be on the server.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were playing it off the server, so Blizzard's like, all right, we'll support it if you give us your money.
Yes, exactly. So it was cool. It was cool to see a lot of people just kind of lose their mind when it came to this, yeah, it definitely a lot of people are pretty excited about this and the fact that even like looking at this trailer right now and like when it goes back to like the original trailer opening, which this game came out in 2006. I graduated out of high school, fresh out of high school in 2006, and I got this game like when it came out. Well, my friend did, but he got it for me. But yeah, like I saw it, I was like, oh my god, that is the original trailer for WoW. Like I remember watching that stuff in my classroom because it was a 3D modeling class, and I was like, oh, that's super cool. So yeah, like they definitely, as Blair said in the chat, like they saw an opportunity from a mile away and took it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
There is there's an opportunity for me to play, classic World of Warcraft now, where I never played World of Warcraft ever. So this as an opportunity is fantastic. Like it'll give me a better idea of what I need. I don't know. It's cool. Okay.
Yeah, it definitely
God.
is. But yeah, there's a bunch of announcements that came out of BlizzCon, and these were some of the big ones that came out. Obviously, we're going to do Overwatch a minute with great deets in a little bit, but overall, like people were coming in and thinking like there'll be some like big announcement for new IP, maybe some like Diablo, which apparently it wasn't. So sad face for Diablo fans. But like it was really cool. I'm definitely excited for what Blizzard's going to bring to the table when it comes to WoW, Hearthstone, Heroes of the Storm, and they're going to continue to support these games for a very long time. They've been supporting WoW for like 10 years plus. It's insane. But there's so many people who still play it, and it's still like the best MMO out there. I want to say, well, that is more popular. Not
I was gonna say it's. I mean, arguably, like I've heard people say that EverQuest is better, or what was that other one that I heard? Damn it, I can't remember. Anyway, there's a ton of MMOs. Like this is MMORPG specifically. This is far from the first or ever the first. But what makes it so popular is again that Blizzard, A, marketing, B, they went and they took a franchise that was already well known. Like they had 3 games leading up to this one with expansions in those as well. So they had already built a world that people knew. And it was just a no-brainer to make that into an MMO. The other aspect, from what I've heard, from what I've read, and again, correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to WoW versus other MMOs, it's a lot more inclusive in the idea that you could have never touched an MMO or an RPG and you enjoy WoW.
But that was
versus other ones.
But that was the thing though too for a long time. Like there were so many other companies who were hopping on the MMO bandwagon and were proclaiming that this is the WoW killer. Like this is the game's going to take over the landscape of MMOs, and it never did. Like WoW always stood on top, whatever happened in the span of whatever game came out. And even at one point, Blizzard themselves was trying to make a new MMO to replace WoW, but then that failed, and that became Overwatch eventually.
Yeah.
So yeah, at the end of the day, like WoW is
well, MMOs have proven to be fantastic sources of income for a lot of companies. So that's why that's
yeah, it's very true. It's very true.
But you have to look as to why World of Warcraft is the more popular MMO. It's the only MMO to make it into.
Yeah.
So I mean, there's a lot of aspects as to why. The question now isn't so much why, it's how. how is this going to affect the servers? How is this going to split the fan base? Is this going to be an issue for a lot of people? Is it going to bring in new people? Like,
I don't think it's gonna be much of a difference, only because like there's already people who already are using the private server to play WoW vanilla in the first place. So I don't think it's gonna be much of a difference now. It's just that now it's official. So
yeah, sure.
but yeah, we'll end it on that, and that is our thoughts on the BlizzCon coverage. But